Yeah, this is a classic situation of two people with a shell speaking to one another. It's quite typical that this can happen, especially in the beginning when we start to explore and be vulnerable about things that are difficult to share. That we might be like, okay, but I just share with you, and why are you not enthusiastically embracing what I'm sharing with you? But very often also such a moment of sharing might be for the other one like, oh, I've been holding back some stuff. Okay, let me share. Here we go. And then none of the two will actually make space to listen, to open, to hold space for what is being shared. I would suggest to you to just slow down. That is the thing here. One of you is sharing, okay, I have something to say. I'm sure you have stuff to say as well, but can we make sure you can even say that before? It's really important to me. Can we make sure that we just stick for 5 minutes, just talk about this thing that's really important for me to share. I'm already scared sharing it with you. All of this is already sharing. Just you saying, okay, look, I'm scared. I don't know what will happen. Oh, great, wonderful. This is great. Then the other one, if the other one is willing to be part of this process, will hopefully just hold space for what you're sharing and just be like, okay, thank you for sharing yourself, for being vulnerable with me. Oh, it must feel really difficult to go through this. Just confirm the emotions of the other one. Don't rush to give advice and to give your opinion and so forth. Just be there with them sharing themselves. And then next step, okay, you know what, now that you shared yourself so beautifully, I was holding back some stuff that I would like to share as well. Can you please hold space for it, because it's quite difficult for me to share. Okay, let me see. Yes, I'm still a bit busy with my business thing, but okay, yeah, let me hear you. Well, I feel disconnected erotically. This is quite a bomb to drop, right? And then you will be like, okay. And maybe you would resort into the ego would then say, oh, but what? I share myself. Now you drop this at me. I'm already sad. You want to make me more sad? No, don't go there. Okay, I hear you, and I understand you are trying to show yourself vulnerably to me right now. Okay, so worst case scenario, or even not worst case scenario, but something that you can always resort to is just sit there, just sit with what was shared, what both of you shared. Okay, all right, it seems to be a bit of a challenging period, eh? Yeah, okay, let's sit with that a little bit. Let's be vulnerable together in this. Okay, how do you feel about it? Well, actually, now that I shared it, I feel a bit relieved, but I'm also super scared because now it's out there. So what's going to happen with this now? Just keep sharing in this way, and that brings a lot of vulnerability. And don't resort to, which in the question it seems to sound a little bit like you're like, well, I expected her to react differently. Now I'm sad. What can I do so she will not be like that in the future, so I don't have to be sad? Yeah, it's a little bit in there. I don't know if that's what you actually mean, but it's a little bit in there. So if that is something that comes up for you, which is normal, it comes up for many of us, go back to, okay, wait a second. I don't need my lover to say something specific about this. It is about me sharing myself. I don't need them even to understand. I don't need them to resonate with what I'm saying. They might have a totally different opinion, but I'm sharing myself here. If then it doesn't need to be a bouncing back of opinions between the two of you, or bouncing back of throwing sharings around, but if there can be some space to just sit with it, that is even better. But just don't fall into this trap of, oh, but then I wasn't met in my beautiful sharing that I made. Poor little me. That is again creating the shell. Open up, okay, and then you can even say, oh, I really want to hold space for your sharing. I also feel a bit sad because I came up with this big point, and I do feel a need of still having some space for it. But we can first take care of your point, if that's something important rising for you right now, and then we can go back to my point. So make it something that you discuss in that way. Hey guys, if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content on spirituality, Tantra and more.
And if you want to sign up for our online classes or for our retreats, you can see our website on the description below.